Hey everybody, I'm just having coffee, as you can see, and a cigarette, and I have DTF on the line, and my wife just said in my head that the team lead at Halo from Microsoft are wondering why I'm not even employed in a games company because I know how to make a good game. So I'm flattered. Thanks. The idea is not getting necessarily hired. The idea is just voicing out my opinions as a gamer, what I would like as a video game, especially a Halo fan. What kind of worked and what kind of didn't work in each game. My focus is making the story a little more streamlined because most of the Halo games just have too many jumps in the story, right? That was one of my concern. Too many jumps ahead or in the story, or too many missing plot points, or you know what I mean. Make the story a little more streamlined, make it a little more realistic, you know. Make it scientifically possible, yeah. Why did the volume go down on my other phone? Tiger's okay, she's in heat. I got my T4. Got my T4. Was a little wet, but it's dry now. Tiger. 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 No. No. No, no, no. She's in heat. Been meowing for days. Anyways, so yeah, that's about it. I haven't have many new game ideas, but there are some that I talked to about to GTF2, and I had them in separate videos, but I might as well talk about them all in this video. For one, me and one of the GTF members would like a new Super Mario Sunshine game. We could set the game following Luigi's Mansion Transylvania Adventure, where it could even be Super Luigi Sunshine, right? What would happen to Luigi if he would go with Melody to Al Delfino? You know what I mean? To have fun on their honeymoon, right? It could be a Super Luigi Sunshine game, right? The game could take Luigi and use the flood mechanic from Super Mario Sunshine. And Baby Bowser and Bowser would simply attack Al Delfino again for a specific reason, right? Could be that, yeah. And Melody could be, a character still in the game that you meet across the game. And it would be up to Nintendo to decide, but I would see Luigi a fit for that game mechanic, that flood mechanic. He's pretty much the same as Mario, right? In most games, on top of it, he would jump higher, yeah. Therefore, accessing many more areas, in the game. Rework Al Delfino, remodel Al Delfino with modernized graphics. Use the Super Mario Odyssey engine, right? And use the flood mechanic. And use Luigi. He's on his honeymoon with Melody, right? That would make total sense. Another great idea for a game would be a Star Fox Adventure Back to Dinosaur Planet, but make it open world or have vast open areas where you can ride as on Tricky and use Tricky to bash certain T-Rexes or certain enemies in the game. Maybe bust open some gates. Basically, Andross would be trying to enslave the planet and mine the planet for resources for his troops, and his minions would be forcing some of the dinosaurs to work in mines and stuff. Yeah, would be a little more action-oriented Star Fox game. While using some mechanics from Star Fox Adventures. Instead of a staff, I would use a blaster or blaster spirit, or upgrade your blaster, right? Throughout the game, use grenades, stuff like that. Have a shield of some sort, So those are some of my game ideas. I haven't had any other recent idea. Oh, there's Half-Life 3. Uh, Start the game along the coast of Alaska and fight the Combine and head crabs and zombies, you know. And basically at the end game, in the boat they would find some sort of high-powered weapon and would fight the game's boss, the ending boss. You know, with the leader of the Combine would want Gordon Freeman dead, right? He would want Alex and Gordon Freeman dead, right? So he would attack the boat, whether he's a flyer or a tad bit aquatic. He would teleport to them, their location, and attack the boat. Yeah. There was a Left 4 Dead idea. There was a Resident Evil idea. You know, Resident Evil 10 would happen in Washington and would be points based. And basically, there would be no game shop. It would be a very tough survival horror game, and you and the BSAA would try to rescue civilians in town or fight the infection, because it would be a Las Plagas based variant of the virus, right? And Ashley would be part of BSAA. She would be a returning character. And so maybe Chris, maybe evolve some of the characters back. And in the game ending, the game would have various path choices, good or bad. And in the end, basically, both games endings would be good. We would still fight the same boss, right? We would still fight the same ending boss. But the ending, it would be who you basically end up dating or kissing or sleeping with would be either Ashley or Ada, based on your choices. Do you want to conserve ammo and do the evil deeds, or you know, not assist a civilian, or do you want to help that civilian possibly get a more powerful weapon, you know, that he would hand to you, or basically life choices in the game, and have a varied ending. Yeah. So those are some of my game ideas. You know, I don't have anything more right now. But yeah, those are some. Oh yeah, there was a Call of Duty game set in the Ukraine war. Yeah, and what would happen following that? Because Canada and US would have to fight Russia because of what Russia started in Ukraine. Basically, Russians want what's in the Pripyat reactor, the elephant's foot. They want to use that to power their country, right? And their weapon, have nuclear weapons, and possibly develop some sort of super soldier. And the game would shift from Ukraine to Canada and so forth to Russia, and you would have missions, you know, involving this conflict. That would be another great Call of Duty game. For example, the game would start, you're a JTF2 member assisting Ukraine in the Russian conflict, and you would see a Ukraine soldier having a smoke, right? And he gets blown up, and that's how the game starts. You have to fight a tank and some Russian troops in trenches. That's how the game would start, and would move on from there, right? You would end up somehow in the game in Pripyat, you know, the Chernobyl exclusion zone, and you would fight Russian troops there to try to stop them from stealing the elephant's foot, right? And that's how the game would start. And it would possibly be some treason, you know, another GTF member shoots you in the head, and the game shifts to another member who's engaged out, who is likely based on my story. He's an inventor. He's working on all sorts of different things for the Canadian forces, and that would be set in the future. And the Russians attack Gagetown and the surrounding city, and you would have to kind of fend off the Russian troops, and the game would have missions like that. It would be Call of Duty Ukrainian conflict. Yeah. I don't have any other ideas. Look at Tiger. Wow. You just need a good fight. Yeah, well, I'll end the video in a bit. Just have a smoke. Yeah, that was our great game ideas, yeah. Some of it I've thought of myself. Basically, GTF2 said what they would like. Yeah, there would be talk about a remodeled controller for the Switch 2. A classic controller Pro, yeah, like they said. Would be remodeled after the GameCube controller, but a slightly bigger thumbstick, right? Than the C-stick on the GameCube, and more trigger, yeah, you know, a 4-trigger system, but it would be remodeled after the GameCube, yeah, and would be a perfect fit for some of the GameCube remasters or re-releases, right? I would say so, you know, if they want to really re-release some of the GameCube hits or sequels, you know, maybe it would be a better fit, you know, yeah. We talked about a lot, yeah. And there was talk about including a possible sex scene or more romantic scene in one of the Halo, maybe the first title, maybe at the start or in the end. You know, Master Chief with Dr. Ozzy, you know, thus making the game rated R. But the second and third title will be so scary that they'll pretty much possibly need a rated R, ESRB rating. We're not sure. Depends on the level of violence and graphics that Microsoft are willing to put in the game. It's not sure yet. You know, it was discussed. You know, what's the difference between an M-rated game or an R-rated game? Adults would play them. You know what I mean? It would kind of remove the teens, you know, from playing the Halo games. That's sad. But most Halo fans are in their adult years, you know. Therefore, I would say instead of dropping to teen, lowering down the blood and stuff, do a major increase and make them more realistic, scary, and violent, and possibly involving a sex scene, yeah, with John and Dr. Ozzy. We're not sure yet. It's up to Microsoft to decide what kind of game they really want to put out. You know. And also the level designers, you know, what they're capable of with the hardware, you know. Thank you. Well. Season 8. Oh. So I'm gonna end the video and upload it, and have a good day, people. Thanks for viewing my content.